driving down Highway 16 in Yolo County, and I am thoroughly amazed on how beautiful it is. It's kind of rolling hills with tons of agriculture on both sides of the road. The crops are, I mean, it looks incredibly well manicured, almost like a garden, right? Where they've just gone through and they've manicured all the trees, they manicured all the crops, everything is aligned. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's breathtaking. Part of the country, part of the state I probably would rarely ever drive through or drive to. It's really spectacular just to kind of get out and see different parts of our state. Highway 16 in Yolo County. Not sure what to expect about the trail itself. I don't know if the fact that it's not on Trail Forks should be concerning to me. As I mentioned earlier, sometimes I'm finding trails on MTB Project that are not listed on Trail Forks. To be honest, I don't fully understand how the different systems work or how they get their information. If there is allegiances of data that makes them different. Again, just not sure what to think or expect, but definitely eager to ride this county as I am all of the other 58 counties. The area over here in Yolo County is quite beautiful. This drive along Highway 16 has been pretty majestic, I guess is probably the best way to say it. Just the hardscaping and the landscaping and just nature and the beauty at its finest. All right, so it looks like this is going to be the parking space here. The Catchy Creek Canyon Regional Park. Okay, getting a couple mixed messages here. And it says there's a daily fee required, but there's a black line through that. And it says, it looks like it's $10 per vehicle, but that's crossed out or blacked out. Looks like somebody put electrical tape on that. I don't know if that would be a park ranger, if they close this area down. I think this area is mostly closed to overnight camping. And so, and potentially even the day use part of it. I'm not 100% sure. But when I look at the GPS system on Google Maps, it shows this area as closed. But then around the corner over here, there's a few other cars. And I've seen a couple of vehicles kind of pull in and out of here. So I think it's probably safe to go ahead and park here. The gate's opened. And I think it's probably safe to park here, but they probably don't want you to camp here. And so it's going to be hard to say who actually did the blacking out of the daily required fee. I didn't see any envelopes or any of the normal material. It looks like the system that they would drop the money in has been mostly removed. So hate to go ride for a few miles and then come back to find a ticket. But I think I've done my due diligence on trying to sort this out. All right, I'm all geared up. And got my vehicle secure, so I'm gonna start making my way over to a trail. I've never been here before. This trail here does not appear on Trail Forks. It only appears on MTB Project. So I'm gonna make my way and try to figure out where I'm riding. As you can see, there's other vehicles here. Got a little gorgeous river down here. You can see this thing possibly floods from time to time where you're not able to drive across this. All right, so I'm on a little service road, and the service road should take me about a mile over to the trail I think they call Frog Pond. All right, we're up here on the service road, climbing up to the Frog Pond. I'm a little winded, but a pretty cool view up here. Kind of able to see the river. See the parking lot where I parked down below. In front of me, you could see a couple of these charred trees and bushes So there's definitely a fire that swept through this area, probably in the last 12 months, I would imagine. But a lot of things are starting to grow back, and a handful of items that probably weren't affected by the fire. A lot of green trees down below, and then kind of peppered throughout this area. Hope you guys are able to see the Catchy Creek down there. It's running pretty good. Ooh. We're just kind of continuing this slow climb up this service road. Haven't seen a lot of wildlife yet. I don't know if it's been chased out of here because of the fires. Maybe there's a ton of it and I don't see any of it, and a lot of it sees me or hears me. So somebody has obviously made some repairs to this trail. I'm imagining they've kind of lined it with these white flags for other riders. As we get further and further up the mountain, you're starting to see more visible fire damage. I probably don't need my bell, but I thought, you know, just in case wildlife is out here, I'd like them to know I'm here as well, so that don't have any unwelcome surprises or any run-ins. So it looks like they cleared out a path through here. There's a service road just on the other side of this row of bushes, but the white flags kind of led you through this area. Someone's definitely taken the time to stack these rocks up here and kind of make a guide or a path for mountain biking. So out here in the middle of nowhere, chasing a trail, hunting a trail called Frog Pond. You guys can probably see from some of my footage that there's a lot of damage from past fires. Looks like it's kind of on one side of the road here and not the other. I bet they used this as a fire containment road, would be my guess. Looks like a lot of the trail itself has probably been kind of wiped out. Turn. And gonna head back into this little brush forest area. Looks like somebody's taking some time to carve this out. Ooh, kind of got smacked there with the branch. Kind of bob and weaving through the branches here. Kind of got glasses to protect my eyes. Somebody has taken some time to put these white flags out. Definitely an avid trail maker or trail rider. There's a lot of them out there. God bless them, because they do a lot of the work to make it fun for the rest of us. All right. Again, a lot of this land out here has been interrupted by the fires, so there's still a lot of collateral damage and visible damage still out here. So the section I'm riding on, I don't know if it's recent or it's just been kind of reimagined since the fire. Big service road kind of runs around this whole area. That's what I'm on now. On this trail, don't expect a lot of trail features. You know, I haven't seen any jumps or anything like that anybody has put into, but maybe they were here at one time before the fire. Oh, actually this is where the turnoff was that I was looking for earlier. You see some of the white flags that somebody's placed out here. Whew. Looks like it's just a little cut off, little section somebody made, the downhill ride. Gonna try a different camera angle here. I put my GoPro kind of here in the cockpit a little bit, looking back at me. Just want to see what that footage looks like. So I'm going to start the downhill ride here on the frog pond. When I say downhill, I'm just talking really down the service road. All right, starting to descend on the service road. It was pretty steep climbing up this thing, so it should be pretty quick going down. Again, not a lot of obstacles. The ground itself, it's not super tight, but it's a little bit moist, so a little bit damp. Kind of makes for a good quality of dirt to ride on. Do a big white turn there. I control my speed, take all that turn to get through it. We got some rocks that are kind of rolling down onto the path. Another wide turn. I missed it. Wanted to go through here. Whew. Now I'm kind of out to the main service road that brought me up here. Want to get down here by the creek and get some footage of that and share some of the history about the county before we wrap up. Here's that barn I talked about. I'm not sure what it's set up for. I don't know if they do like events or something, maybe pre-fire days. This looks like a riverbed for a different creek than that Cache Creek, because it's dry as a bone in there. And as we'll see shortly, the other creek was running pretty good. It says bridge closed. So Yolo County, officially the county of Yolo, located in the northern portion of California. Not too far, about an hour outside of Sacramento. Population estimate for 2019 is 220,500. Davis is the largest populated city here in the county. Davis's population is about 70,000 plus. The county seat here is Woodland. So the history behind the name, in 1850, when Yolo County was an original 27 county of California, the spelling was Yola, Y-O-L-A. So of the UC systems, of the UC College campus system, UC Davis has the third largest enrollment. It was the 7th campus in the UC system. UC Davis was added to the UC college system in 1959. It's known for its academics in ag and medicine, science and engineering. What happened in 2011 at UC Davis is what's referred to as the pepper spraying incident. There was protesters in 2011 protesting the tuition increases, and during one of those events, one of the campus police officers intentionally pepper spraying some of the students. That created obviously a lot of outrage, garnered some national or international attention. Public records later released showed that the university spent about $175,000 to scrub negative internet postings about the incident. That led to more protests, and the police officer eventually left his position. And I think down the road, some of the chancellors at the school ended up leaving as well. Okay, YouTube friends, I am over here in Colusa County at a place called Lynch Canyon Trailhead. You can tell where I'm parked. It's just right off the side of the freeway. If you blink, you're gonna miss it. Heads up on this area that there is really no internet connection or cell phone reception between Yolo County and Colusa County here on Highway 20. So there's nothing really here. In this little parking lot. You got the trailhead just right over here, and it's going to head up about I think it's about 3 miles total. There's no bathroom here. If you need to use the restroom, just the other way about 5 or 6 miles is where you'll run back into Yolo County, and there was a lot of little bathrooms and camping sites along the way. So ooh, tight little fit, but it's almost like it was perfectly made. It's like it was perfectly made for a mountain bike. So Lynch Canyon Trailhead, this is where I'm at. We're gonna start out with a nice little climb. Not sure what to really expect. It's a green trail, and I'm not expecting too many obstacles. It's going to be a real quick ride. So basically just riding down a service road. Nothing really spectacular about it. There's really no obstacles. You're not really riding a mountain bike trail. This trail is marked green. You guys know the rating system. Obviously, green is going to be for the novice, for the beginner. You get your speed up a little bit, but the trail's not real loose or anything. I'm afraid Colusa County, although beautiful, doesn't really have a lot of mountain biking trails that are least published. I assume a lot of these places that I'm riding, there's a lot of private trails. Well, those private trails don't do you any good if you're out trying to find something new to ride, unless you happen to find somebody who knows of the private trails. I think a lot of these trails in this particular area are going to be more devoted towards horseback riding, equestrian. Back at Cowboy Camp that we drove through over in Yolo County, I've seen tons of horse trailers and camping areas and a lot of horses, and so I think it comes in on the backside of 16 and makes its way over here to the 20. And I think probably because of that, you don't see a lot of markings from trail forks about this trail. Again, I had to use MTB Project to find it. But for my purposes, trying to ride every single county, this does give me an option to ride something. I won't spend a lot of time here, as I'm going to turn around and head back here shortly and start making my way over to Lake County. As you see off there in the distance, you got some horseback riders, some equestrian riders. So Colusa County is one of the original counties, created in 1850 along with statehood of California. So it's one of the original 27 counties. Sometime after that, I think in the late 1850s, part of the land was given to Tehama County. And then again in 1891, more of this land was given over to Glenn County. So the population for Colusa County, it's only about 22,000 people. The county seat and the biggest city is Colusa. So the county was named after the 1844 Rancho Colusa Mexican land grant to John Bidwell. So in that grant of land, in the original name, it was called Colusi, S-I, not Colusa with an S-A. That was later changed back to Colusa, or changed from Colusi or Colusi to Colusa. The grizzly bears were the most important animals at the time Bidwell came here in 1844. There are many of them. The reason being, no other animals can match them in fighting power, and the Indians did not have the weapons or the courage to kill them. According to General Bidwell, the grizzly bear was a hourly sight in the vicinity of the streams. It is not uncommon to see 30 or 40 a day. The earlier settlers had a reason for killing off the bears. They were a menace to man. Today, they no longer exist in this area. All right, cruising down the service road back to the parking lot, back to the car. Again, not a lot to ride here in Colusa County that was that is public or known. Again, I wasn't able to find anything on trail forks and ended up having to use MTB Project to find this trail. Back to the car and back to get on the road and make our way over to Lake County. So the day started off in Yolo County. Yolo County. It's always a weird way to say something, right? Anyway, started off in Yolo County riding a trail called Pond Trail. And it was mostly a service road that was kind of overgrown. Climbed that about 3 or 4 miles and then rode back down it. So nothing too exciting. The trail does not appear on Trail Forks. It only appeared on MTB Project. In fact, it was one of only about 5 trails that appeared on MTB Project that was rideable in Yolo County. But definitely enjoyed it. After that, I headed over to Colusa County, and not really a lot to ride there either. They have a big equestrian horse. I don't know if it's a show or if it's a race of some sort going on kind of on the trails. The trail I end up riding, a Lynch Canyon trail. Nothing real spectacular about it. Happens to be a trail that's in Colusa County. It was on my way over here to Lake County. So pulled off. I think I rode about 3 or 4 miles there. Nothing real spectacular about that either. No obstacles or really no mountain biking trails, so to speak. Not that I rode. There was
everything from Arroyo down to Socrates.